Growing up, I was always just taught that being a man was difficult. It was, being hard. It was being tough. It was being foul. It was being angry. It was getting your way because the world wasn't going to get anything or give anything but harshness. For me, it was difficult because I grew up and I wasn't that big of a kid. I was very small. I was very fragile. But I went into the Marine Corps at 18. It started working out hard, and what happened was my anger level just absolutely just brought to the top. And here I'm seeing the world as what it is like. It's here the world's supposed to be an oyster, and that wasn't it for me at all. It was difficult. It was harsh. I had to hustle for everything that I had. It was very difficult to grow up. Nothing was provided, the basic necessities of what you would normally see as this is natural. This is what a child should have. I did not have, and it made me angry. The way my life was like I was like a predator, and the world was my prey. I did some things that I'm not proud of. That's hard to admit. The manipulation, the lying, the stealing, the anger. There was times where I would come out, into a situation, into the world, and, I was in absolute destruction mode. It didn't matter what was in my way. I was my way or no way. They say with great strength comes great power, but I was definitely strong, but I definitely was not powerful. I was broken. And didn't even know it. I did so many things in my life that I wasn't forgiven. I didn't know what forgiveness looked like. And I was angry. I was lost. I was upset. I took it out on everybody. It wasn't one thing in particular. It was many things that just added up, and it was like peeling back an onion, trying to figure this out, of what the rage was inside of me. But it was definitely prevalent. It was there. It was something that was dominating my life, and I didn't know how to get out from underneath it. I tried to and be a nicer person, and that failed as well. I was destructive. There were situations where if somebody tested me, then I would destroy. There was no way that you were going to get something over on me. It was me that was going to get something over on you. The language that I would use towards people was intimidation. It was fierce. It was ungodly. It was the opposite of what my life is now. In 2011, I was hopeless. I had hit rock bottom. There was nothing inside of me, like I said, but just wrongful doing, and a lot of regret, a lot of hostility. What made me start to come was the brokenness. It was the lack of hope. It was the ununderstanding. It was the seeing people have a life that I desired, but I couldn't get it myself. I started coming to Metro. Something changed inside of me. There was a rebuilding. There was a forgiveness to start with. You see, because I felt like I was unforgiven, and because I was unforgiven, I had no hope. And the first time that I was saved, literally my salvation, my relationship with Christ began, is when the first time that I touched the Bible at a men's group here at Metro, and I realized how broke I really was. Putting my sin to death was very difficult. There was a lot of destruction that I had created in life, and going back and revisiting that, it really started at Renew here at Metro. I came to Mike Hochberg, and I was absolutely broken. Here I had been saved and forgiven, but now the work needed to start. and I didn't really know where to put my next step into. So I came to Mike and he said, come to Renew. And I blindly just went into Renew not knowing what it was. But I was able to start to see that there was some work ahead of me. And I'm not saying like it was like overnight. It was a process. Renew was a process. It was going through 12 steps, 1 year of committing myself to every Tuesday and saying, I'm gonna do this because I don't have anywhere else to turn but to Jesus. If God would have given it all 6 years, 7 years of my salvation to me at once, I wouldn't have been able to handle it. I wouldn't have been able to hupomene. I would have been able to steadfast where God had me. I would have been broken and just beat up and bruised and battered for the rest of my life. But God works in mysterious ways, and He showed a loving grace to me that I could recognize for the first time in my life. I use this term, it's called don't be that guy. And it reminds me all the time to not be that guy, because I was that guy that was destructive, that was harmful, that was wrong. I was the broken guy that was crude and foul and messed up and shameful. But now I'm a different man. I am a man of God. My family is influenced by me and Jesus Christ through me. And I got a message for you. Don't be that guy.